The story of Pakistan does not begin in 1947. It begins thousands of years earlier, in the ancient valleys of the Indus River. Before the idea of Pakistan took shape, this land saw great civilizations, mighty empires, spiritual revolutions, and centuries of cultural exchange. This is the journey of the region that would one day become Pakistan. Scene 2. Aryan migrations and Vedic age, circa 1500 BCE onward. Narrator. After the decline of the Indus cities, new groups arrived, Indo-Aryan peoples. They brought with them the Sanskrit language, early Vedic traditions, and new social structures. The northern plains became a tapestry of tribes and small kingdoms. Scene 3. Persian and Greek influence, 6th to 4th century BCE. Narrator. In the 6th century BCE, the Persian Achaemenid Empire expanded into the northwest, into Gandhara, Sindh, and Punjab. Centuries later, in 326 BCE, Alexander the Great marched into this land. The clash between Macedonian armies and local rulers, like King Porus, became legendary. Greek influence blended with local traditions, especially in Gandhara. Scene 4. Mauryan Empire and spread of Buddhism, 3rd century BCE. Narrator. Soon after Alexander's death, the Mauryan Empire rose. Under Emperor Ashoka, Buddhism spread across the region. Gandhara became one of Buddhism's most important cultural and artistic centers, producing sculptures that fused Greek and South Asian styles. Scene 5. The Age of Gandhara, 1st to 5th century CE. Narrator. For centuries, Gandhara flourished as part of the Kushan Empire. It became a hub of learning, trade, and art along the Silk Road. The famous Buddha statues of Taxila and Swat were created during this era, masterpieces of world heritage. Scene 6. Early Islamic period 711 CE onward. Narrator. In 711 CE, the Umayyad commander Muhammad bin Qasim entered Sindh. This marked the arrival of Islam in South Asia, beginning a fusion of Arab, Persian, and local cultures. Cities like Multan and Mansoura became centers of Islamic learning and governance. Scene 7. Turkic and Afghan sultanates, 10th to 15th centuries. Narrator. From the 10th century onward, Muslim dynasties from Central Asia, the Ghaznavids, Ghurids, and Delhi sultans, shaped the political and cultural life of the region. Lahore rose as a major center under the Ghaznavids, flourishing in trade, poetry, and scholarship. Sufi saints such as Data Ganj Bakhsh and Lal Shahbaz Qalandar spread Islam through teachings of tolerance and devotion. Scene 8. The Mughal era, 1526 to 1707. Narrator. The Mughal Empire brought stability and grandeur to the subcontinent. In the region of modern Pakistan, cities like Lahore and Multan thrived. Magnificent monuments, like Lahore Fort, Shalimar Gardens, and the Badshahi Mosque, still stand as reminders of this golden age. Culture, art, calligraphy, and architecture reached extraordinary heights. Scene 9. Decline of the Mughals and regional powers, 18th century. Narrator. As Mughal power weakened, new forces rose. In Punjab, the Sikh Confederacy and later the Sikh Empire under Maharaja Ranjit Singh grew in strength. In Sindh, the Talpur Mirs ruled. Baloch chiefs controlled the rugged western regions. The subcontinent was on the brink of dramatic change. Scene 10. The British East India Company and colonial rule, 1840s to 1947. Narrator. By the mid-19th century, the British Empire had expanded across the subcontinent. Punjab fell to the British in 1849 after the Anglo-Sikh Wars. Sindh was annexed earlier in 1843. Balochistan came under controlled agreements later in the century. Colonial rule brought railways, administrative reforms, and new education systems, but also economic exploitation and political tensions.